you, Brian. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, well, he says he's not budging.
I also want to make it clear, particularly to those union leaders coming in from outside of the state of Wisconsin, that when given the choice to stand with them or to stand with the millions of hardworking taxpayers all across Wisconsin, many of whom are paying much more for health care and retirement benefits than the modest amount we're asking for in this proposal, I'm going to stand with the hardworking taxpayers of Wisconsin.
And the budget battle already spreading now. Massive protests are planned today in Ohio and Friday in New Jersey. So should other governors follow Governor Walker's lead? For what America is saying about this, we turn to our Radio Rumble from Miami, Neal Asbury, James Harris from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and joining us from Washington, D.C. is Victoria Jones. Good morning to all three of you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gretchen.
Good morning.
All right, James, since you're outside, I'm going to go with you first. There you. Where are you? Well, you're not in the box, but I can hear you.
I didn't get the memo. We're all, in Madison, Wisconsin.
All right, so you're in Madison, but I know that normally you base your talk show out of Milwaukee. So there we have it straight.
Yes,
indeed. Tell
indeed.
me about whether or not you feel that this wave of what's going on in your state there is going to spread to other states, and if it should.
Yes, I believe that it. Yes, I do believe that it will spread to other states, but you know, governors have to be careful with this, because if you're not a fiscal conservative, if you don't have intestinal fortitude, if you don't have, live by your convictions, this will be opening up a can of worms. This is not new stuff to Governor Walker. He cut his teeth in Milwaukee by holding the taxes there for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you mean that it might be a negative thing for some of these other governors if they decide to do it?
If you've noticed, look at the onslaught of the unions that have descended on the state, the opposition that Republicans have had to withstand. You've had 14 Democrat senators flee to Illinois. I mean, the pressure that a lot of the politicians here are under, the state capitol is under siege.
Right.
So you could propose these things, but people are going to descend on you for it.
I think they know that, don't they, Neal? I mean, these other governors, they know that they're going to get a lot of blowback from it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I stand with Governor Walker and what he's doing. Isn't it exciting when a state is preparing itself to take on the world market? And that's what's happening here. Governor Walker is doing what he needs to do to make his state competitive. Isn't it exciting when a governor is doing things with controlling its deficit so small businesses can locate to Wisconsin? This reminds me of the 80s and 90s when Asian countries recruited American manufacturers to move overseas. Now we're seeing our states getting their house in order, so our companies stay at home. So, I think this is a warning to states like California and Illinois that their companies don't have to leave to Asia. They can stay at home, and they can go to states like Wisconsin and Ohio and New Jersey. I applaud Governor Christie, Governor Walker, Governor Scott for all the things they're doing.
Right. But Victoria, I guess some people are disagreeing with this because they feel like it's a direct hit against teachers or the unions. What are your listeners telling you?
Well, absolutely. Isn't it exciting when the governor launches an attack on the middle class? One Republican state senator in Wisconsin said last night that it's inefficient to go to the unions to collectively bargain. Well, actually, the United States Senate is inefficient, too. What is efficient is an oligarchy, is a totalitarianism. That apparently is what Governor Walker wants. Look, the Wisconsin Education Association and AFSCME have already conceded to all the governor's demands. So this isn't about the state budget anymore. This is now about power. They have already agreed fiscally to everything. So the financial side is already about a done deal. This is now about collective bargaining. The governor does not want them to be able to bargain.
Well, it's a very interesting point of view, and yet many people would argue that the people in these unions, the teacher unions, are not even paying anywhere near what people in the private sector are having to pay for health care and for pensions.
To pay. They've said they're willing to pay.
All right. Well, we'll have to watch and see exactly what happens as we continue to watch it very closely throughout the week, as well as in other states. Radio Rumble, thank you very much for getting up so early.